How to make traditional Sichuan Zongzi. There are many ways to celebrate the Chinese New Year in China, in Sichuan province. Sichuanese will make traditional Sichuan sausages and larue, and then use part of the larue to wrap traditional Sichuan Zongzi. Unlike many sweet Zongzi made in southern China, the traditional Sichuan Zongzi are salty and slightly numb, and only add glutinous rice, beans, larue, Sichuan pepper powder, salt and cooking oil. If you want to make traditional Sichuan Zongzi, you need to buy the leaves of Zongzi first, which should be wide enough to hold enough fillings. You must carefully wash each side of the leaves, otherwise there may be hygiene problems. Don't forget to buy long enough threads of Zongzi, which is an important tool for tying Zongzi. In order to make it easier to tie Zongzi, we need to trim the threads to a suitable length, ensuring that the length of the threads can not only tie one Zongzi, but also reserve enough length to tie other Zongzi together. If you don't know where to buy the threads, you can use slender and strong ropes instead. You also need to prepare the fillings of Zongzi. All the fillings have been introduced before. You need to make sure they are clean enough before proceeding to the next step. Do not discard the water used to clean glutinous rice directly. You can soak the leaves and threads in rice washing water to wash them again. Remember to cut the larue into small pieces. If you are a vegetarian, you can skip this step. Another important thing is that in order to prevent the beans in the Zongzi from being undercooked, the beans need to be cooked in advance before mixing the fillings. My mother said the beans are specially used to make Zongzi. The locals call it a red bean, but it is not the same as the well-known red bean. If you can't buy this kind of beans, you can use other beans instead. After confirming that you have prepared the materials for making Zongzi, you need to find a container that is large enough, strong and clean, and then add the glutinous rice, beans, Sichuan pepper powder, salt, cooking oil, and larue into the container, and finally mix them evenly. Now, it's time to start wrapping Zongzi. If you don't know how to wrap Zongzi, don't worry, you can follow the video step by step to wrap your first Zongzi. And if you haven't mastered the skill of wrapping Zongzi after watching this video more than a dozen times, don't be sad. I have watched my mother wrap thousands of Zongzi, but I still can't wrap a Zongzi either. In order to facilitate counting and hanging, 5 Zongzi need to be tied into a bundle, and then 2 bundles of Zongzi should be tied together. Put the bundled Zongzi into a big pot. You can add cold water or hot water to the pot when the water boils, and then cook for 50 minutes. If the stove at home has small firepower, the cooking time can be extended appropriately. The water in the pot must cover the Zongzi, otherwise the Zongzi may not be cooked properly. Finally, take your homemade Zongzi out of the pot and share them with your family and friends. If you want to keep Zongzi for a long time, you should hang them in a cool, dry place to dry the water, and then put them into the refrigerator freezer to save. When you want to eat Zongzi, you can take them out of the refrigerator, then thaw and heat them up. You can adjust the amount of seasoning according to your personal taste.